Good evening. It's about to get forbidden in here. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I'm fresh out the shower. So saws. Yeah, I really want to get right into it. This is a fun little creepy little chapter, and it's perfect for the week leading up to Samhain, Halloween, etc. So we're gonna get right in. Thank y'all for being here today. And fucking sound off in chat, fam. What up? So today we are reading Shower. Looks like you took a dip in the forbidden pool. Oh shit, it's forbidden. Yeah, hello, 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 what up? Thank y'all for being here. What's up, fam? We got Rum, we got Sting, we got SH, we got Isaac, we got Fresh Prince, we got Safi. Yo, what up? Okay, wait. Safi, Gamly. Hi, Gamly. What's up, babe? I am on Faramir's shit list. That's been a truth. But Safi, I'm a chronic lurker because I listen to your streams while I knit, and I just thought you should know you've read me through 5 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of mittens, and a lovely winter sweater. That is so sweet. That's so sweet. What kind of patterns are we talking about? What kind of wool are you using? I want to know about it. If you want to DM me pictures of your creations, I genuinely would love to see them. And I'm really glad to hear that I'm reading you through your creations, as SH is saying. That's extremely Hobbit coded and very wholesome. Hey, Zephyr, thank you for being here. Ooh, the gang's all here. I am thrilled. The sun's already gone down. We're getting spooky, fam. All right, so we are in the Two Towers. We are in book 4, and we are starting chapter 6, The Forbidden Pool. Frodo woke to find Faramir bending over him. For a second, old fears seized him, and he sat up and shrank away. There is nothing to fear, said Faramir. Is it morning already? Said Frodo, yawning. Not yet, but night is drawing to an end, and the full moon is setting. Will you come and see it? Also, there is a matter on which I desire your counsel. I am sorry to rouse you from sleep, but will you come? I will, said Frodo, rising and shivering a little as he left the warm blanket and pelts. It seemed cold in the fireless cave. The noise of the water was loud in the stillness. He put on his cloak and followed Faramir. Sam, waking suddenly by some instinct of watchfulness, saw first his master's empty bed and leapt to his feet. Then he saw 2 dark figures, Frodo and a man, framed against the archway, which was now filled with a pale white light. He hurried after them, past rows of men sleeping on mattresses along the wall. As he went by the cave mouth, he saw that the curtain was now become a dazzling veil of silk and pearls and silver thread, melting icicles of moonlight. But he did not pause to admire it, and turning aside, he followed his master through the narrow doorway in the wall of the cave. They went first along a black passage, then up many wet steps, and so came to a small flat landing cut in the stone and lit by the pale sky, gleaming high above through a long, deep shaft. From here, 2 flights of steps led, one going on, as it seemed, up onto the high bank of the stream, the other turning away to the left. This they followed. It wound its way up like a turret stair. Chat, what are we saying? Safi, that would be neat. I'd be happy to share. Very hobbity indeed. Genuinely, I love knitted stuff. I love crocheted stuff. I try to knit and crochet. Turns out I don't know how to count. So genuinely, we would love to see what you're making. That's so cool. Knitted garms are goated. A friend knitted socks and a jumper for my bairn. I'd be forever indebted to them because it's so cute. It really is. Like hand knitted, handmade stuff is beyond all value for me. I have a hat that my pal made me. I have another little crocheted cap that has little horns on it that I commissioned from my friend. And I also commissioned this from my pal who crochets. Check out what Lydia made on Instagram if you want. They made me this little like crocheted t-shirt, and on the front it says hasty, and on the back it says back. Because when you're driving through rural Scotland, every little town you drive through, or most of the little towns you drive through, the signs when you're leaving say hasty back, like y'all come back now, you hear? And I think it's so sweet. So I have a little hasty back sweater that someone crocheted for me, and it's one of my favorite things. I never wear it because I'm scared of like spilling on it or sweating all over it, but it's fucking great. Like handmade, knitted, crocheted stuff. Mwah. And yeah, I don't knit. I work with textiles for anyone who has seen my Treebeard cosplay, costume, living art piece, whatever we want to call it. I do enjoy working with textiles and fabric and sewing and stuff. I'm not very good at knitting or crocheting. I don't have the patience for it. But I do make ceramics, and exactly the same, Safi. I give out all of my ceramics, like everything I make, I give away to people. Except for this little freak. I made this and I love him. Like, what's that even for? Anyway, what a joy. What a joy it is to share in handmade crafts. What else we got? There are many yarn dyers who make Lord of the Ring themed yarns. Is there a Discord for this channel? My Treebeard is fantastic. Thank you, genuinely. Sting, there's not a Discord for this channel, but I'll make one. If that's of interest to anyone, if y'all want to like hang out and chill and vibe and chat, if it gets me using Discord more often, because I'm an aging woman in the twilight of my life, I barely know how Discord works. Don't even talk to me about Twitch. That's why I stream on here, because I don't know shit about fuck. But yeah, if you want me to make a Discord, I will. I need to learn how to do that, but I'll do it. And yeah, Safi, genuinely, like, making the thing is a wonderful meditative practice, and then sharing the thing. And like, I always say, like, I'm imposing what I make upon other people because I don't have room in my house, but I genuinely hope people enjoy the things I create and give them, because, you know, it's a labor of love. It takes time, it takes effort. And yeah, like, I made a little set of espresso cups for my brother for his wedding, and I think he genuinely enjoys them, because every time I see his apartment, I see these little cups that I made scattered around, and it's really lovely. And yeah, okay, all right, okay. Note taken. I'll make a Discord so we can share non-trash related stuff, our creations, pictures of dogs. I also have a cute dog. SH has a cute dog. I know the dog photos, baby pictures if you want to share them, handmade stuff, memes. Okay, I guess I'm making a Discord. Fresh Prince, my tendency for new hyperfixations is not in line with the amount of time I have, and I fear learning to knit or crochet will finally kill me off, separate from my family entirely. Buddy, it's the way I feel that. I made a YouTube channel that I almost never update because I have a big girl job and a vibrant social life. And I like to, you know, take my time. So I feel it. Safi, I like to say, to be gifted is to be known and loved. Literally couldn't have said it better myself. And yeah, Fresh Prince, big girl jobs blow, but I do have a good one and I like it very much. And I enjoy collecting the bag, unfortunately. So while I still have a job, my stuff's going to be trickling through like it usually does. But if I ever don't have a big girl jorb, oh boy, will you notice an uptick in created content on this little channel. Whew. I do nothing but knit and watch Lord of the Rings things. Safi, I think I'm making content just for you. So thank you for being here. And yeah, Fresh Prince, I think we should probably like get a drink sometime and talk about our big girl jobs. Sounds like we both need a touch of the old therapy, alcohol-wise. All right, let's get back to the Forbidden Pool for a second. I'm having way too much fun with y'all today. This is getting out of hand. I love it. At last, they came out of the stony darkness and looked about. They were on a wide, flat rock without rail or parapet. At their right, eastwards, the torrent fell, splashing over many terraces, and then, pouring down a steep race, it filled with smooth-hewn... And then, pouring down a steep race, it filled a smooth-hewn channel with a dark force of water flecked with foam, and curling and rushing almost at their feet, it plunged sheer over the edge that yawned upon their left. A man stood there, near the brink, silent, gazing down. Frodo turned to watch the sleek necks of the water as they curved and dived. Then he lifted his eyes and gazed far away. The world was quiet and cold, as if dawn were near. Far off in the west, the full moon was sinking, round and white. Pale mists shimmered in the great vale below. a wide gulf of silver fume beneath which rolled the cool night waters of the Anduin. A black darkness loomed beyond, and in it glinted here and there, cold, sharp, remote, white as the teeth of ghosts, the peaks of arid Nimre, the white mountains of the realm of Gondor, tipped with everlasting snow. For a while, Frodo stood there on the high stone, and a shiver ran through him, wondering if anywhere in the vastness of the Nightlands his old companions walked or slept or lay dead, shrouded in mist. Why was he brought here out of forgetful sleep? Sam was eager for an answer to the same question, and could not refrain himself from muttering, for his master's ear alone, as he thought, "It's a fine view, no doubt, Mr. Frodo, but chilly to the heart, not to mention the bones. What's going on?" Faramir heard, and answered, "Moonset over Gondor. Fair Ithiel, as he goes from Middle-earth, glances upon the white locks of old Mindalluin. It is worth a few shivers. But that is not what I brought you to see, though, as for you, Samwise, you were not brought, and do but pay the penalty of your watchfulness. A draught of wine shall amend it. Come, look now." He stepped up beside the silent sentinel on the dark edge, and Frodo followed. Sam hung back. He already felt insecure enough on this high, wet platform. Faramir and Frodo looked down. Far below them, they saw the white waters pour into a foaming bowl and then swirl darkly about a deep oval basin in the rocks until they found their way out again through a narrow gate and flowed away, fuming and chattering, into calmer and more level reaches. The moonlight still slanted down to the fall's foot and gleamed on the ripples of the basin. Presently, Frodo was aware of a small, dark thing on the near bank, but even as he looked at it, it dived and vanished just beyond the boil and bubble of the fall, cleaving the black water as neatly as an arrow or an edgewise stone. Faramir turned to the man at his side. "Now, what would you say that it is, Unborn? A squirrel or a kingfisher?" Why does everyone think Gollum is a squirrel? He's like a fucking really big squirrel, dude. What the fuck? "Are there black kingfishers in the night pools of Mirkwood?" "'Tis not a bird, whatever else it be," answered Anborn. "It has 4 limbs and dives man-wise, a pretty mastery of the craft it shows, too. What is it at? Seeking a way up behind the curtain to our hidings? It seems we are discovered at last. I have my bow here, and I have posted other archers, nigh as good marksmen as myself, on either bank. We wait only for your command to shoot, Captain." "Shall we shoot?" said Faramir, turning quickly to Frodo. Frodo did not answer for a moment. Then, "No," he said, "no. I beg you not to." If Sam had dared, he would have said yes, quicker and louder. He could not see, but he guessed well enough from their words what they were looking at. "You know, then, what this thing is?" said Faramir. "Come, now you have seen, tell me why it should be spared. In all our words together you have not once spoken of your gangrel companion, and I let him be for the time. He could wait till he was caught and brought before me. I sent my keenest huntsmen to seek him, but he slipped them, and they had no sight of him till now, save Anborn here, once at dusk yester evening. But now he has done worse trespass than only to go coney snaring in the uplands. He has dared to come to Henneth Annwn, and his life is forfeit. I marvel at the creature, so secret and so sly as he is, to come sporting in the pool below our very window. Does he think that men sleep without watch all night? Why does he so?" "There are 2 answers, I think," said Frodo. "For one thing, he knows little of men, and, sly though he is, your refuge is so hidden that perhaps he does not know that men are concealed here. For another, I think he is allured here by a mastering desire, stronger than his caution." "He is lured here, you say?" said Faramir in a low voice. Does he then know of your burden?" "Indeed, yes. He bore it himself for many years." "He bore it?" said Faramir, breathing sharply in his wonder. "This matter winds itself ever in new riddles. Then he is pursuing it. Maybe. It is precious to him. But I did not speak of that. What then does the creature seek?" "Fish," said Frodo. "Look." And I'm going to look at the chat. SH, still on the clock at my big girl job. Oh, Coach Z, don't even get me started. Safi, I feel like you make things handcrafted for my interests. Happy to do it, babe. Very pleased to. If you're handcrafting and I'm handcrafting, who's driving the boat? Sounds good. The sass. How little is Gollum canonically? Kingfishers and squirrels are not large. Squirrels might have been bigger in Middle Earth. It's true. The scale is off all over the place. But yeah, it's so funny to me that they keep saying he's a squirrel when he's hobbit sized. Like Gollum, Smeagol, in all understanding from what we can guess based on the text and like where he was at when he killed his cousin Deagle, was like a Stoor or related to the Stoors, who are like the broadest, biggest hobbits. But he's probably like, I don't know, between 3 foot and 3'6". He's little. He's like a little starving, little horrible, nasty little guy. He's not that big, but I don't know. He's much larger than a squirrel. So, indeed, unless the squirrels are massive in Middle Earth, I don't understand. And also, did they not have measuring tapes? This is like the clock question. Like, how are we doing measurement and how do we know what a foot is? And there is a passage, I think, in Return of the King, after all the shit happens, where Merry and Pippin are quite a bit taller, and Sam is like doing the like measuring by like his head thing, like making people stand back to back with each other. I think that's the closest we get. Tolkien's just being comedic on purpose. I mean, yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious to be like, is that a squirrel like climbing up a tree? The way that Gollum like kind of gangles around, like the way he climbs a tree, I would expect is quite similar to a squirrel, very quick and like you can't catch him. So maybe that's where it's coming from, just the way he moves. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. The scale of it is hilarious. And I think Tolkien does know that, Gamley. I think you're right. I think you're onto something there. It's like these men are all like, well, we don't know what the fuck a hobbit is until very recently. So what's that? A big squirrel? Who knows? Hobbits equal squirrels? All right. They peered down at the dark pool. A little black head appeared at the far end of the basin, just out of the deep shadow of the rocks. There was a brief silver glint and a swirl of tiny ripples. It swam to the side, and then, with marvelous agility, a frog-like figure climbed out of the water and up the bank. Frog-like. At once, it sat down and began to gnaw at the small silver thing that glittered as it turned. The last rays of the moon were now falling behind the stony wall at the pool's end. Faramir laughed softly. Fish, he said. It is a less perilous hunger. Or maybe not. Fish from the pool of Henneth Anun may cost him all he has to give. Now I have him at the arrow point, said Anborn. Shall I not shoot, Captain? For coming unbidden to this place, death is our law. Wait, Anborn, said Faramir. This is a harder matter than it seems. What have you to say now, Frodo? Why should we spare? The creature is wretched and hungry, said Frodo, and unaware of his danger. And Gandalf, your Mithrandir, he should have bidden you not to slay him for that reason and for others. He forbade the elves to do so. I do not know clearly why, and of what I guess I cannot speak openly out here. There we go. But this creature is, in some way, bound up with my errand. Until you found us and took us, he was my guide. Your guide? Said Faramir. The matter becomes ever stranger. I would do much for you, Frodo, but this I cannot grant. To let this sly wanderer go free at his own will from here, to join you later if it please him, or to be caught by orcs and tell all he knows under threat of pain. He must be slain or taken. Slain, if he is not taken very swiftly. But how can this slippery thing of many guises be caught, save by a feathered shaft? Let me go down quietly to him, said Frodo. You may keep your bows bent and shoot me at least if I fail. I shall not run away. Go then, and be swift, said Faramir. If he comes off alive, he should be your faithful servant for the rest of his unhappy days. Lead Frodo down to the bank, Anborn, and go softly. The thing has a nose and ears. Give me your bow. Anborn grunted and led the way down the winding stair to the landing, and then up the other stair, until at last they came to a narrow opening shrouded with thick bushes. Yeah, bushes. Passing silently through, Frodo found himself on the top of the southern bank above the pool. It was now dark, and the falls were pale and gray, reflecting only the lingering moonlight of the western sky. He could not see Gollum. He went forward a short way, and Anborn came softly behind him. Go on, he breathed in Frodo's ear. Have a care to your right. If you fall in the pool, then no one but your fishing friend can help you. And forget not that there are bowmen near at hand, though you may not see them. Frodo crept forward, using his hands Gollum-like to feel his way and to steady himself. The rocks were for the most part flat and smooth, but slippery. He halted, listening. At first, he could hear no sound but the unceasing rush of the fall behind him. Then, presently, he heard, not far ahead, a hissing murmur. Fish, nice fish. Whiteface has vanished, my precious, at last. Yes, now we can eat fish in peace. No, not in peace, precious, for precious is lost. Yes, lost. Dirty hobbits, nasty hobbits, gone and left us, Gollum, and precious is gone. Only poor Smeagol all alone. No precious. Nasty men, they'll take it, steal my precious. Thieves. We hates them. Fish, nice fish, makes us strong, makes eyes bright, fingers tight, yes. Throttle them, precious. Throttle them all, yes, if we get chances. Nice fish, nice fish. So it went on, almost as unceasing as the waterfall, only interrupted by a faint noise of slavering and gurgling. Frodo shivered, listening with pity and disgust. He wished it would stop and that he never need hear that voice again. Anborn was not far behind. He could creep back and ask him to get the huntsmen to shoot. They would probably get close enough while Gollum was gorging and off his guard. Only one true shot, and Frodo would be rid of the miserable voice forever. But no, Gollum had a claim on him now. The servant has a claim on the master for service, even service and fear. They would have foundered in the dead marshes but for Gollum. Frodo knew, too, somehow, quite clearly that Gandalf would not have wished it. Smeagol, he said softly. Fish, nice fish, said the voice. Smeagol, he said a little louder. The voice stopped. Smeagol, Master has come to look for you. Master is here. Come, Smeagol. There was no answer but a soft hiss as of untaken breath. Come, Smeagol, said Frodo. We are in danger. Men will kill you if they find you here. Come quickly if you wish to escape death. Come to Master. No, said the voice. Not nice, Master. Leaves poor Smeagol and goes with new friends. Master can wait. Smeagol hasn't finished. There's no time, said Frodo. Bring fish with you. Come. No, must finish fish. Smeagol, said Frodo desperately. Precious will be angry. I shall take Precious and I shall say, make him swallow the bones and choke, never taste fish again. Come, Precious is waiting. There was a sharp hiss. Presently, out of the darkness, Gollum came crawling on all fours like an erring dog called to heel. He had a half-eaten fish in his mouth and another in his hand. He came close to Frodo, almost nose to nose, and sniffed at him. His pale eyes were shining. Then he took the fish out of his mouth and stood up. Nice, Master, he whispered. Nice hobbit come back to poor Smeagol. Good Smeagol comes. Now let's go. Go quickly, yes, through the trees while the faces are dark. Yes, come, let's go. Yes, we'll go soon, said Frodo, but not at once. I will go with you as I promised. I promise again, but not now. You are not safe yet. I will save you, but you must trust me. We must trust, Master, said Gollum doubtfully. Why? Why not go at once? Where is the other one, the cross, rude hobbit? Where is he? Away up there, said Frodo, pointing to the waterfall. I'm not going without him. We must go back to him. His heart sank. This was too much like trickery. He did not really fear that Faramir would allow Gollum to be killed, but he would probably make him prisoner and bind him. And certainly what Frodo did would seem a treachery to the poor, treacherous creature. It would probably be impossible ever to make him understand or believe that Frodo had saved his life in the only way he could. What else could he do? To keep faith as near as might be with both sides. Come, he said, or the Precious will be angry. We are going back now, up the stream. Go on, you go in front. Gollum crawled along close to the brink for a little way, sniffing and suspicious. Presently, he stopped and raised his head. "Something's there," he said, "not a hobbit." Suddenly, he turned back. A green light was flickering in his bulging eyes. "Master, master," he hissed. "Wicked, tricksy, false!" He spat and stretched out his long arms with white, snapping fingers. And at that moment, the great black shape of Anborn loomed up behind him and came down on him. A large, strong hand took him in the nape of the neck and pinned him. He twisted round like lightning, all wet and slimy as he was, wriggling like an eel, biting and scratching like a cat. But two more men came up out of the shadows. "Hold still," said one, "or we'll stick you as full of pins as a hedgehog. Hold still." Gollum went limp and began to whine and weep. They tied him none too gently. "Easy, easy," said Frodo. "He has no strength to match you. Don't hurt him if you can help it. He'll be quieter if you don't. Smeagol, they won't hurt you. I'll go with you, and you shall come to no harm, not unless they kill me too. Trust, master." Gollum turned and spat at him. The men picked him up, put a hood over his eyes, and carried him off. Frodo followed them, feeling very wretched. They went through the opening behind the bushes and back down the stairs and passages into the cave. 2 or 3 torches had been lit. Men were stirring. Sam was there, and he gave a queer look at the limp bundle that the men carried. "Got him?" he said to Frodo. "Got him!" "Yes. Well, no, I didn't get him. He came to me because he trusted me at first, I'm afraid. I did not want him tied up like this. I hope it will be all right, but I hate the whole business." "So do I," said Sam, "and nothing will ever be all right where that piece of misery is." A man came and beckoned to the hobbits and took them to the recess at the back of the cave. Faramir was sitting there in his chair, and the lamp had been rekindled in its niche above his head. He signed to them to sit down on the stools beside him. "Bring wine for the guests," he said, "and bring the prisoner to me." All right, let me see. Fresh Prince, that Father Ted sketch. This cow is very small. Those cows are far away. Sting, does that mean Gollum has a tail? Except that squirrel is very close. Isaac, Gollum with a big bushy tail would look hilarious. Gollum furry cosplay. I don't know what else to do with that information. I need art of a squirrel tail having Gollum like yesterday. I mean, yeah. Yep. I really hope Tolkien understands how much we're enjoying the squirrel thing, because I've never really thought about it too much before, but it is very fucking funny. The wine was brought, and then Anborn came carrying Gollum. He removed the cover from Gollum's head and set him on his feet, standing behind him to support him. Gollum blinked, hooding the malice of his eyes with their heavy pale lids. A very miserable creature he looked, dripping and dank, smelling of fish. He still clutched one in his hand. His sparse locks were hanging like rank weed over his bony brows. His nose was sniveling. Loose us, he said. "The cord hurts us. Yes, it does. It hurts us. And we've done nothing." "Nothing?" said Faramir, looking at the wretched creature with a keen glance, but without any expression in his face either of anger or pity or wonder. "Nothing? Have you never done anything worthy of binding or of worse punishment? However, that is not for me to judge, happily. But tonight you have come where it is death to come. The fish of this pool are dearly bought." Gollum dropped the fish from his hand. "Don't want fish," he said. "The price is not set on the fish," said Faramir. "Only to come here and look on the pool bears the penalty of death. I have spared you so far as the prayer of Frodo here, who says that of him at least you have deserved some thanks. But you must also satisfy me. What is your name? Whence do you come? And whither do you go? What is your business?" "We are lost, said Gollum. "No name, no business, no precious, nothing. Only empty. Only hungry, yes, we are hungry. A few little fishes, nasty, bony little fishes for a poor creature, and they say death. So wise they are, so just, so very just." "Not very wise," said Faramir, "but just, yes, perhaps, as just as our little wisdom allows. Unloose him, Frodo." Faramir took a small nail knife from his belt and handed it to Frodo. Gollum, misunderstanding the gesture, squealed and fell down. "Now, Smeagol," said Frodo, "you must trust me. I will not desert you. Answer truthfully if you can. I will do you good, not harm." He cut the cords on Gollum's wrists and ankles and raised him to his feet. "Come hither," said Faramir. "Look at me. Do you know the name of this place? Have you been here before?" Slowly, Gollum raised his eyes and looked unwillingly into Faramir's. All light went out of them, and they stared bleak and pale for a moment into the clear, unwavering eyes of the man of Gondor. There was a still silence. Then Gollum dropped his head and shrank down until he was squatting on the floor, shivering. "We doesn't know, and we doesn't want to know," he whimpered. "Never came here, never come again." "There are locked doors and closed windows in your mind, and dark rooms behind them," said Faramir. "But in this I judge that you speak the truth. It is well for you. What oath will you swear never to return, and never to lead any living creature hither by word or sign?" "Master knows," said Gollum with a sidelong glance at Frodo. "Yes, he knows. We will promise Master if he saves us. We promise to it, yes." He crawled to Frodo's feet. "Save us, nice master," he whined. "Smeagol promises to Precious, promises faithfully. Never come again, never speak. No, never. No, Precious, no." "Are you satisfied?" said Faramir. "Yes," said Frodo. "At least, you must either accept this promise or carry out your law. You will get no more. But I promise that if he came to me, he should not be harmed, and I would not be proved faithless." Faramir sat for a moment and thought. "Very good," he said at last. "I surrender you to your master, to Frodo, son of Drogo. Let him declare what he will do with you." "But, Lord Faramir," said Frodo, bowing, "you have not yet declared your will concerning the said Frodo, and until that is made known, he cannot shape his plans for himself or his companions. Your judgment was postponed until the morning, but that is now at hand." "Then I will declare my doom," said Faramir. "As for you, Frodo, insofar as lies in me under high authority, insofar as lies in me under higher authority, I declare you free in the realm of Gondor to the furthest of its ancient bounds, save only that neither you nor any that go with you have leave to come to this place unbidden. This doom shall stand for a year and a day, and then cease, unless you shall before that term come to Minas Tirith and present yourself to the lord and steward of the city. Then I will entreat him to confirm what I have done, and to make it lifelong. In the meantime, whomsoever you take under your protection shall be under my protection and under the shield of Gondor. Are you answered?" Frodo bowed low. "I am answered," he said, "and I place myself at your service, if that is of any worth to one so high and honorable." "It is of great worth," said Faramir. "And now, do you take this creature, this Smeagol, under your protection?" "I do take Smeagol under my protection," said Frodo. Sam sighed audibly, and not at the courtesies of which, as any hobbit would, he thoroughly approved. Indeed, in the Shire, such a matter would have required a great many more words and bows. They love bureaucracy. They love books full of things they already know, laid out fair and square with no contradictions. "Then I say to you," said Faramir, turning to Gollum, "you are under doom of death, but while you walk with Frodo, you are safe for our part. Yet, if ever you be found by any man of Gondor astray without him, the doom shall fall. And may death find you swiftly, within Gondor or without, if you do not well serve him. Now answer me, whither would you go? You were his guide, he says. Whither were you leading him?" Gollum made no reply. SH, hobbits and bowing. They love bowing. They love bowing low. It's so funny. "My friends, you bow to no one. Actually, we would prefer to be bowing, thank you." "This I will not have secret," said Faramir. "Answer me, or I will reverse my judgment." Still, Gollum did not answer. "I will answer for him," said Frodo. "He brought me to the Black Gate, as I asked, but it was impassable." "There is no open gate into the Nameless Land," said Faramir. Seeing this, we turned aside and came by the southward road, Frodo continued, for he said that there is, or there may be, a path near to Minas Ithil. Minas Morgul, said Faramir. I do not know clearly, said Frodo, but the path climbs, I think, up into the mountains on the northern side of that vale where the old city stands. It goes up to a high cleft and so down to that which is beyond. Excuse me. Do you know the name of that high pass? Said Faramir. No, said Frodo. It is called Cirith Ungol. Gollum hissed sharply and began muttering to himself. Is that not its name? Said Faramir, turning to him. No, said Gollum. Then he squealed as if something had stabbed him. Yes, yes, we heard the name once. But what does the name matter to us? Master says he must get in, so we must try some way. There is no other way to try, no. No other way, said Faramir. How do you know that? And who has explored all of the confines of that dark realm? He looked long and thoughtfully at Gollum. Presently he spoke again. Take this creature away, Unborn. Treat him gently, but watch him. And do not you, Smeagol, try to dive into the falls. The rocks have such teeth there as would slay you before your time. Leave us now, and take your fish. Anborn went out, and Gollum went cringing before him. The curtain was drawn across the recess. Frodo, I think you do very unwisely in this, said Faramir. I do not think you should go with this creature. It is wicked. No, not altogether wicked, said Frodo. Not wholly, perhaps, said Faramir, but malice eats it like a canker, and the evil is growing. Ugh, bars, dude. Malice eats it like a canker? Ugh, so good. Fucking hell. Ooh. He will lead you to no good. If you will part with him, I will give him safe conduct and guidance to any point on the borders of Gondor that he may name. He would not take it, said Frodo. He would follow after me as long as he has done. As he long has done, pardon me. And I have promised many times to take him under my protection and to go where he led. You would not ask me to break faith with him. No, said Faramir, but my heart would, for it seems less evil to counsel another man to break troth than to do so oneself, especially if one sees a friend bound unwitting to his own harm. But no, if he will go with you, you must now endure him. But I do not think you are holden to go to Cirith Ungol, of which he has told you less than he knows. That much I perceived clearly in his mind. Do not go to Cirith Ungol. Where then shall I go? Said Frodo. Back to the Black Gate and deliver myself up to the guard? What do you know against this place that makes its name so dreadful? Nothing certain, said Faramir. We of Gondor do not ever pass east of the road in these days, and none of us younger men has ever done so, nor has any of us set foot upon the mountains of shadow. Of them we only know old report and the rumor of bygone days. But there is some dark terror that dwells in the passes above Minas Morgul. If Cirith Ungol is named, old men and masters of lore will blanch and fall silent. The valley of Minas Morgul passed into evil very long ago, and it was a menace and a dread while the banished enemy dwelt yet far away, and Ithilien was still for the most part in our keeping. As you know, that city was once a strong place, proud and fair, Minas Ithil, the twin sister of our own city. But it was taken by fell men whom the enemy in his first strength had dominated, and who wandered homeless and masterless after his fall. It is said that their lords were men of Numenor who had fallen into dark wickedness. To them, the enemy had given rings of power, and he had devoured them. Living ghosts they were become, terrible and evil. After his going, they took Minas Ithil and dwelt there, and they filled it and all the valley about with decay. It seemed empty, and was not so, for a shapeless fear lived within the ruined walls. 9 lords there were, and after the return of their master, which they aided and prepared in secret, they grew strong again. Then the 9 riders issued forth from the gates of horror, and we could not withstand them. Do not approach their citadel. You will be espied. It is a place of sleepless malice, full of lidless eyes. Do not go that way. But where else will you direct me? Said Frodo. You cannot yourself, you say, guide me to the mountains, nor over them. But over the mountains I am bound by solemn undertaking to the council to find a way or perish in the seeking. And if I turn back, refusing the road in its bitter end, where then shall I go among elves or men? Would you have me come to Gondor with this thing, the thing that drove your brother mad with desire? What spell would it work in Minas Tirith? Shall there be two cities of Minas Morgul, grinning at each other across a dead land filled with rottenness? Bars! Woo! I would not have it so, said Faramir. Then what would you have me do? I know not. Only I would not have you go to death or to torment, and I do not think that Mithrandir would have chosen this way. Yet since he is gone, I must take such paths as I can find, and there is no time for long searching, said Frodo. It is a hard doom and a hopeless errand, said Faramir. But at the least, remember my warning. Beware of this guide, Smeagol. He has done murder before now. I read it in him, or I read it in him. I don't know which one he means. He sighed. Well, so we meet and part, Frodo, son of Drogo. You have no need of soft words. I do not hope to see you again in any other day under this sun. But you shall go now with my blessing upon you and upon all your people. Rest a little while food is prepared for you. I would gladly learn how this creeping Smeagol became possessed of the thing of which we speak, and how he lost it, but I will not trouble you now. If ever beyond hope you return to the lands of the living, and we retell our tales, sitting by a wall in the sun, laughing at old grief, you shall tell me then. Until that time, or some other time beyond the vision of the seeing stones of Numenor, farewell. He rose and bowed low to Frodo, and drawing the curtain, passed out into the cave. Boom. Ooh. SH in chat says lore, and I say, yeah. And also, do I want to do spoilers for a book I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat has already read? I think I do. So, okay. Earlier in this chapter, Faramir is talking about how they would need to answer to the Yeah, okay. So this doom shall stand for a year and a day. Okay, then I will declare my doom. As for you, Frodo, in so far as lies in me under higher authority, I declare you free in the realm of Gondor to the furthest of its ancient bounds, save only that neither you nor any that go with you have leave to come to this place unbidden. This doom shall stand for a year and a day, and then cease, unless you shall, before that term, come to Minas Tirith and present yourself to the Lord and Steward of the city. Spoiler alert, when that happens, the Lord and the Steward of the city is Faramir. Faramir. I had to leave for a bit. Did you have a missing word also? I'm not sure, Gamley. Spoiler alert, after the ring is destroyed, the Lord and Steward of the city is indeed Faramir. And essentially, Faramir would not be the steward of Gondor without a kind of like weird little crazy random happenstance where Pippin is aware that Faramir, though injured, is alive, and Denethor, driven mad with sorrow and also by the Palantir. It's Palantir. Dog, fucking corpo bullshit's ruining my life. Palantir, he tries to burn Faramir and himself alive because he's so overcome with grief. And Pippin runs to Gandalf and is like, yo, dude, I need a hand real quick. And that takes Gandalf away from the Battle of Pelennor Fields. And if he had stayed and had not gone with Pippin to save Faramir, Theoden might have lived, but Faramir would have died. So it's kind of like a sliding doors situation where this like weird kind of divine provenance that like guides Pippin to be like, hang on a fucking second. I gotta save Faramir though, and I need Gandalf's help to do that. ends up kind of bringing this conversation that Frodo and Faramir are having of like, it'd be so nice if we could like hang out and chat and get to the bottom of some of this stuff, but there's no time right now. And we don't know if either of us are going to come out of this whole situation alive. So basically, I don't know. I think I'm having a hard time putting it into words right now, but I think it's nice that Faramir kind of manifests this thought of being able to like sit on a wall in the sun laughing at old grief, and you'll tell me everything then. Like, let's postpone this till the future. He's kind of saying like, well, we got to live through this if we ever want to talk to each other again. And he's like, I don't hope to see you again because I'm pretty sure you're going to die or I'm going to die pretty soon. So it's pretty grim, but I don't know, the invocation and reference to Mithrandir in this chapter kind of, I don't know, sprinkles a little seasoning on top of this idea I'm having, I think. Hey, chat, I have a really quick question. Had to leave for a bit. Did you have a missing word also? She actually had your word as well, just doubled up. What do you mean? What are y'all talking about? Am I being an idiot? Am I missing something? Yeah, Pippin killed Theoden, confirmed. 100% confirmed. It's Pippin's fault. Ooh. Yeah, kind of spoilers for my next video because I'm going to talk about that in my video that I'm currently working on. And yeah, I do hope they get to have their nice little debrief. Hess H, I think that would be nice. And I know for sure that Faramir gets to hang out with Mary a lot. Oh. Yes. Thank you, Fresh Prince. You're so right. Okay, what word? Gamli, remind me. Yes, please remind me. No, you're so right. Sorry, I had to like speed back up to you. You're so correct. Which word is missing for you? Hang on a second. I'm so ready. I'm like shivering. Did you have a missing word also? What word was it? I can't remember. But I'm ready to find. Fresh Prince, you're not getting canceled. Pippin's getting canceled. Pippin's been canceled. This video I'm about to put out is please don't cancel my boy. Why not both? Porque no los dos. Thank you, Gamli. Sorry. Brain bad. Let's see. I literally was going to hit the vape before the stream too, and I'm really glad I didn't because brain would be even more bad if I had. I don't think I am missing a word, but let's see. Did I take a screenshot last week of what the word is? Let me see. Doopy. Previous 7 days. Screenshots. Let's see. I don't think I took a screenshot because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, I want to know. I'm obsessed with books that have typos or missing words in them. Obsessed. Ooh. You have not yet declared your will concerning the... Okay, let's see. Pardon me, fam, while I try to find this. Yeah, you have the... Do you have the edition that's like split into 3 like I do, or do you have like the single volume? Because I'm pretty sure it's the same exact edition. They just split one of them into 3. And the page numbers continue through 1, 2, and 3 on yours, which they don't on mine, which is really fucking annoying. Sorry, let me just see if I can find this. 3 volume. Okay, yeah, but yours has the continuous page numbers, which I think is better. And I'm not shitting on this edition. I was gifted this one, and it's the easiest to carry around. It weighs the least out of all of my editions of Lord of the Rings. You've not yet declared your will. Sorry, I'm doing speed reading. I'm like, genuinely, I want to find this, because if I am missing a word, then I filled it in. Sounds like HarperCollins accidentally a word. Literally, exactly. Accidentally a word. I remember in the US edition of, I think it's Harry Potter book 3, there's a bit where Snape is spelled snap. And that was the first time I was like, maybe J.K. Rowling's a dumbass. It was before I understood that like people have professional editors. But hey, I was right. Let's see. I know we're sitting in silence on stream right now, fam. It's like 7 pages from the end of the chapter. Thank you. I'm just like, I'm desperate to find it. Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Fresh Prince. I will make a Discord. I'll share the details both here on my channel on a post and on my Instagram. I don't know who has and doesn't have me on Instagram, but if you don't, I would like to say you're missing out, but you're probably not. I always post about these streams on there. And plenty of other stuff, including all of Topetober. Let's see. SH, I love that your hatred of Harry Potter doesn't stop you from remembering the minutia of errors. I mean, it's kind of like it's like I hate remember it. Like, I need to keep my ammunition full, you know? My Insta. Yeah, dude. Listen, like, Instagram is not great. Like, of all of the social media, it's the only one that I really use. I made a TikTok recently and I haven't posted anything on there in like a month. But Instagram is where I have everyone I know. It's where I find all the art that I like. And yeah, it's pretty good. Here, I'll put my handle in the chat. It's the surprising adventures of me, said Digby Chicken Caesar. Gamli, I really appreciate you, dude. Like, you're genuinely trying to help me find this. You can see that I'm like having a hard time. Let's see. Thank you, Sting. I often get inbox from people saying, I can't believe you stole So Digby Chicken Caesar. And it's like, I didn't steal it. I just know how to spell Caesar. Let's see. Frodo Sat, or Faramir Sat, rather. I am bothering. Gamli, I love to bother. This is like my favorite. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna find a Gamli. We're gonna sit here until I've found it. Everyone else, you can be dismissed, but I'm gonna find this. Thanks, Sting. Appreciate you. Okay, I found the Faramir Sat paragraph. You have not yet declared your will concerning thee. Let's see. Okay. But, Lord Faramir, said Frodo, bowing, you have not yet declared your will concerning the said Frodo, and until that is made known, he cannot shape his plans for himself or his companions. That's the sentence. So the way that I read that is Faramir sat for a moment and thought. Very good, he said at last. I surrender you to your master, to Frodo, son of Drogo. Let him declare what he will do with you. But, Lord Faramir, said Frodo, bowing, you have not yet declared your will concerning the said Frodo, and until that is made known, he cannot shape his plans for himself or his companions. Frodo's referring to himself in the third person here. You have not yet declared your will concerning the said Frodo. I would actually, I think it has an additional word. If I was editing this, I would say, you have not yet declared your will concerning said Frodo. Your English isn't bad. It's a weird sentence. Is English not your first language? This is very impressive that like you're pointing this out anyway. I would honestly like if I could give a note to the HarperCollins editors and to Tolkien, rest in peace. I would take out the. You have not yet declared your will concerning said Frodo. Said Frodo. The Frodo. Well, good on you, honestly, for reading Lord of the Rings in English. Massive undertaking. English is my first and only language, and you can see me stumbling around in here, naked in the dark. But yeah, Lord Faramir, you have not yet declared your will concerning the said Frodo. Yeah, I think Frodo's like being somewhat cheeky and enjoying chatting with Faramir and being like, I'm right here. The said Frodo's right here. But yeah, I would take the out of that sentence. Anyway, glad we got there. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always down to really dig into semantics, especially in this book. Because also, another thing, holy shit, buddy, the observational descriptive power of Jolkien Rolkien in this particular fucking chapter, dude. As he went by the cave mouth, he saw that the curtain was now become a dazzling veil of silk and pearls and silver thread, melting icicles of moonlight. They were on a wide flat rock without rail or parapet. At their right eastward the torrent fell, splashing over many terraces, and then, pouring down a steep race, it filled a smooth-hewn channel with a dark force of water, flecked with foam, and curling and rushing almost at their feet, it plunged sheer over the edge that yawned upon their left. Fuck, dude. Ugh. Best to ever do it. I am so sorry. Fucking hell. Like, even without writing the archetypal fantasy text, Tolkien was just on fire. Dude. So good. Safi, the Swedish translation is so inaccurate. It's crazy. I genuinely, I really wish I had another language just so I could try to read Lord of the Rings in another language. Marx Aldehyde. Incredible username, dog. Fucking really good. Regarding Faramir not knowing why Cirith Ungol is scary, shit's literally called Pass of the Spider, but I guess you wouldn't expect there to be an actual ginormous spider, right? Like, you would think it was kind of hyperbolic, not literal. Gamley, thanks for explaining. My pleasure, literally always. Thank you for reminding me. Sorry I'm such a dingus. But no, that was, again, I love digging into semantics. I have an English degree and then I have a modern literature degree. So, like, sentence structure, grammar, all of that shit, insufferable pedantry. That's my whole game, babe. Mark Saldehyde, when he said or SH responding, when he said the lore masters just shut up when Cirith Ungol is mentioned. All of this could have been avoided if they'd only said something. Men are weak. Safi May, Eowyn doesn't even kill the big bad in the Swedish version. What the fuck? Wait, yo, in the Swedish version, Eowyn, what happens then? How do Witch King get killed in the Swedish version? What? Do I need to learn how to read Swedish and German and all these other languages to really get the full I don't know if there are enough years left in my life, fam. Let's see. Swedish translators have always taken liberties. I want to know about it because in his letters, Tolkien talks about like different translations and like for I think when Lord of the Rings was being published in Germany, a bunch like some people wrote to him and were like, "But are you Aryan though?" And he was like, "Nazis fuck off," because he's a cool dude. But I think Tolkien, given the way that he is as a person, would have preferred to do all the translations himself and probably could have done if he had lived longer. But he also wanted to publish the Silmarillion. There's only so many hours in a day. Semantics Antics, my girl. Like, come on. A bunch of crazy changes in the Swedish version. I'll see if I can find the passage and directly translate for you. Honestly, I would love that. I need to make a Discord. Okay. Nishiti High School French. Ouais, c'est vrai. Donnez-moi une croque monsieur. Okay. All right. I need to make a Discord. We're going to have Tolkien trash related stuff. We're going to have memes. We're going to have dog pictures. We're going to have handmade crafts and art that we all make because I know we're a group of creative little folks in here. And yeah, Marx, Tolkien had a hand in the German translation. I thought so. I haven't read the letters in a minute, but I'm literally like going through them tonight and like bookmarking for this video that I'm working on. So I'll have a look at it and remind myself. We'll have Semantics Antics as part of the Discord channel. And as soon as I've created it and figured out what the fuck, I think I need to call my brother. He can help me set it up. I'll let y'all know what the deal is and like how to join and stuff. And I think that'll be really fun. Okay, great. I'm so glad y'all want this. This is so exciting. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go pet my dog who's been barking for like 30 minutes while I tried to find that missing word. And I'm going to create the Discord and I'll let y'all know when that's up. And yeah, Tolktober is almost over. We do like an art challenge. Again, this is a great reason to go on Instagram. We do the Tolktober art challenge on Instagram. There's a ton of really good shit on there. If you are looking for different aesthetic and visual interpretations of Middle Earth, this is the best month of the year. So if you're on Instagram, check out Tolktober. It's literally at Tolktober is the account. There's also a hashtag Tolktober, Tolktober25. Check it out. It's great. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see all the shit on my story because I repost everyone's stuff during Tolktober. I love it. It's like the most festive time of the year for me. So yeah. Oh, my dog's scratching at my door. I will create the Discord and let y'all know. And I will see you next week for... Is it... Yeah, Journey to the Crossroads, the Britney Spears movie. Can't wait for that. And thank y'all so much for joining, as usual. I really love hanging out with you guys. I'm having a blast. So we'll keep having a terrible time with Frodo and Sam next week. And in the meantime, I'll see you on Discord. Thanks, fam. Have a good one. Bye.